fam, it's Alesia Michelle.
From Washington, D.C.
Music can be feeling and fireworks.
I got a new video. I got a new video.
What do you think? Talk to me in the comments below. You know it. I made it. Hey, thanks. Hey Eurovision fam, it's Alesia Michelle. I'm ready to go. Eurovision fam, are you ready for the show?
I got a new video. I got a new video.
Hey Eurovision fam, it's Alesia Michelle. I'm really excited. I mean, I'm always excited. But no, today I'm really excited because I'm gonna be talking about my favorite return Eurovision act. Now, if you've watched my other videos, you already know I'm kind of like, we're calling them return artists, but technically they're really not returning artists because they never participated in Eurovision. These are just the artists that were supposed to participate at Eurovision 2020, but as we know, it didn't go down. So these are the artists that were supposed to participate at Eurovision 2020 who are coming back this time around for Eurovision 2021. And you know, honestly, I think all the artists who went through national selections or internally selected, I do think all of them should have been extended the opportunity to come back this year for Eurovision because like I said, it's not like these folks actually participated at Eurovision. It isn't. They didn't have the opportunity to do that. And I understand for a lot of these countries that have national selections, they really, you know, the national selections are kind of their own beast. So they just felt like they had to do it again. Last year was a year that no one could have predicted. And so, and truly unprecedented times that we are living in. And so I just kind of think, yeah, if you're gonna mix things up, like this was the time to mix things up, but you know, we can't all be gracious and merciful. You know what I mean? We can't all be like courteous. Yeah. So even though some folks have not been extended the opportunity to come back to participate at Eurovision 2021, we still have a nice, thick list of folks who are coming back. And this video, I'm just gonna be talking and focusing on those that I am really excited about. But before we continue, before we get into that, if you could do me a big favor and just like and subscribe. Like this video and make sure you're subscribed. I just did a little stat report and I found out that most of the people watching my videos aren't subscribed. And it's just like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? You know, welcome. I invite you to take the plunge. Cause yeah, I have so much content for you. And in these times, really, we need more Eurovision content, okay? We didn't have a contest last year. We don't have performances to sit and watch. So, you know, you don't have those performances, but you got me. Come on. All right, let's get into this video. The first artist I'm really excited to see return is Victoria from Bulgaria. And just to disclaimer, I'm only gonna give three. I had to like whittle it down because I'm like, I can't be like, oh, I'm excited for everyone to return because ultimately, yes, I am excited for everyone to return. But there's like three artists that I really am excited about. And I'm kicking it off with Bulgaria's Victoria. I think she's a young performer. I think she's got a great vocal. I really love Tears Getting Sober, and I love the fact that she has an opportunity to kind of do over. I think she had a chance to introduce ourselves last year, and that was a really, really strong test run for her, a really strong test run. A lot of other countries did not have as strong of a test run as she had, but I also will say, I think of all the artists returning, I have kind of the most faith in her package and what she's going to be delivering because I think she has a really strong creative team behind her. And although yes, Tears Getting Sober was a great song, I am excited to see what that creative team puts together this year. This year meaning this Eurovision season. I think that this could be a really great song. I think it's a song that could really be in the moment. I challenge them to maybe not do so much of something that is like Billie Eilish-esque. I challenge them also to not do something that's too literal of like quarantine and in the moment. And I think that's a challenge that they can take on because she's got a really, really talented crew. What I would love to see from her is something maybe a little bit more true and organic to herself. I would love to see something that maybe she's even part of those writing sessions and getting to kind of tell a little bit of the story that she might authentically feel. I think she just seems like an awesome and talented young woman. And I mean, Bulgaria has just been coming with quality to Eurovision lately, and I want to see that quality rewarded. And I believe that when they put in the work, we need to do our due diligence to reward them for it. So I'm really hopeful to see what they bring, but I think it's going to be good. Next up might be an artist that might surprise you. It might surprise you, but my second out of my three artist that I'm most excited to see return to Eurovision is Cristo. I am really, really excited to see what Cristo does. I loved K Mama. I was not a part of the camp that wanted that song revamped. And honestly, I almost wish that they hadn't revamped it, and I'll tell you why. Because if you remember, there was like a whole bunch of people who were talking trash, and honestly, like kind of the same amount of people that were talking trash about Friend of a Friend. I was not one of those people. I liked Friend of a Friend, and I felt like on stage it would translate and it would stand out, and that's honestly exactly how I felt about K Mama. I think that song was so good. I thought it was inventive. I thought that it would stand out, but it also was very much so in the moment with kind of like an Afrobeat, like island flair. And I just think ultimately it would have performed well on the Eurovision stage. So that's why I kind of didn't, I was just like, I don't know why we needed to revamp it. I sort of wish that I could have just whispered to Benny, do not listen to these people. They don't know what they want. When they see it on the stage, they'll get it. And that was just my hope. And that was kind of what I was thinking we would get to. We never had that moment and they ended up revamping it. But here is a great opportunity to come back, stay true to yourself, do the thing that feels authentic and great to you. And I believe that when it comes down to what it ends up being and that performance on whatever stage it might be, a stage in Czech Republic, a stage in Rotterdam, wherever that stage may be, I believe that it's going to be great. I believe it's going to be in the moment, and I believe that it's going to be of quality. So I'm really, really excited to see what Cristo brings because I think it's going to be dope. Next up, I would say that my returning artist that I'm most looking forward to, and this is the final one, oh, who will it be? And we need to figure out something better than returning artists, because really, they are not returning artists. They never had their opportunity to perform on the Eurovision stage. Can you guess? Who do you think it's gonna be? It's Switzerland's representative. I am excited because that is definitely one of my most listened to tracks from last year. And ultimately, I don't think it would have won. I had high hopes for it. But then I kind of, upon looking back, I'm like, you know what? It might have been a top 5 finish, Switzerland last year, but it might not have won. But I absolutely think it was so good. It was so good. And I am so looking forward to what they bring this year. My fear is that it'll be a lot like last year's entry, and I do think it should be slightly different, but I also think last year's entry was so good. Like I said, it's one of my most listened to tracks. So I'm kind of thinking what could potentially happen is that it'll still be in their style and it'll be great, but that maybe just that vibe might feel a little more in time and in pacing with what the larger public is interested in and the vibe that we're kind of going for and feeling. But I really, really was looking forward to that stage show. That to me was one of the songs that I had so many ideas of how I felt like it could be interpreted on the stage in such thoughtful ways. I'm just so curious to see how they deliver this year. I think it could be something really surprising and really thoughtful and really touching, and I'm just, yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. Well, those are my 3 people that I'm like most kind of looking forward to seeing return this year. Now, you might be thinking, Alesia, but there are some of your favorites that you didn't mention. And you know what? I will do like a little honorable mention, okay? Yeah, I'm gonna kind of cheat a little bit. It's just honestly, I'm so happy for a lot of the countries that decided to send who they sent last year. I honestly think that that was the courteous, noble, righteous thing to do. Personally, I think that that was the right move for these countries to make. I think it gives them an opportunity to really get, I think, even more creative, because you had sort of this head start a little bit in figuring out what people like and what folks want to see from you. And now we have an opportunity to kind of bring it to life. So I'm really excited. So my honorable mentions, honestly, are like Eden and Montaigne. So Australia and Israel's representatives last year. 2 tracks that I loved last year. 2, I think, really different artists. They're very different from each other. But 2 artists that I personally feel like know themselves. And I will start with Eden, even though she's younger and like a younger performer. Look, Fekker Libby, I know we're doing like, she's gonna do the song competition thing again, and people will vote on what song they like. But honestly, I loved Fekker Libby. That was my favorite song on first listen, and I think that was absolutely the right song for last year. And to be honest, I think a song like that for this year is also kind of the way to go, because the song felt so authentically her. It felt so fresh. Sonically, there was nothing like it. It just stood out. The mashup of just culture and style in it, I loved that entry, and I think that they will do it this year. I think Israel's gonna come back and do it again. Australia, Montaigne, great artist, clear, distinctive point of view. And I'm here for it. I'm so curious to see what she brings this year. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be of quality. And I just think we need to figure out how to make sure the staging is meaningful, it's thoughtful, unique, and not distracting. You know what I mean? We don't wanna distract from the song. And I really, really think Australia is gonna deliver this year. Okay. Well, those are my thoughts. What do you think? Talk to me in the comments below. Do you agree with what I said? Talk to me in the comments below. Do you disagree with what I said? That's totally fine. Duh, it's fine. Talk to me in the comments below. This is a conversation, and you know it. I am so excited for Eurovision 2021. Don't forget to like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Please subscribe. I've got a lot of viewers. Don't have a lot of subscribers. Well, maybe I do have a lot of subscribers. I have enough. And for those of you who have subscribed, thank you so much. I always do this on my live streams, but every comment, every like, I appreciate so much. And obviously, yeah, drop down in the comments so I can talk to you. Even if you don't have anything to say, drop down in the comments. Just say hey, and I can say hey, welcome. Bye.